Good morning, boys and girls. So, over the past few days, we've been talking about the Catholic Church, and at St. Mary's, our church is Our Lady of Peace. And we talked about how the parish is your community. It's like a larger part of your family. You see the same people each week at church. You have the same priests leading the Mass, and some of the same people participating in the Mass. And then some of you may belong to a different parish, which kind of makes you lucky because you get to go to church at school, and then you get to go to a different church on the weekends. All right, and then we talked a little bit about things that you can do to take part in your parish. And then we moved on to how the bishops lead the church. Okay, they lead the entire diocese. And today we're going to move on and talk a little bit about the Pope, who is the leader of our church. The Pope is the Bishop of Rome in Italy. The Pope is the leader of the church who continues the work of St. Peter. With the other bishops, the Pope helps Catholics to be disciples of Jesus. The Pope serves and cares for the church. He preaches the good news of Jesus Christ to everyone. Wherever he is, the Pope celebrates Mass and talks to the people. The Pope travels to other countries. The Pope listens to people's problems. He sees the good things they are doing for others. He asks them to love and care for one another. He teaches them about God's love and forgiveness. The Pope lives in a special part of Rome called Vatican City. Vatican Radio sends out its programs in 40 different languages so everyone who listens can understand. Every day the Pope's messages and other programs about Jesus and Catholic faith can be heard on Vatican Radio. Vatican Radio programming is broadcasted on the radio and over the internet on the Vatican's own website at www.vatican.va. Listen to the Pope's message on Vatican Radio or log on to the Vatican's website. So maybe that's something that you can try today with your parents. For your activity today, what I would like you to do, and have your parents turn in the 2 questions that you can answer, probably on a separate piece of paper. If the Pope were coming to your parish, what would you want to ask him? So think about a really good question that you would want to ask the Pope. And what would you want to tell him? I have a doctor who had a good friend who's also a doctor who grew up in Argentina where our Pope was born. And when this doctor still lived in Argentina, one day a young man came to him to be treated, but the man was afraid of how much it would cost. So the doctor told him, don't worry about the cost. I'm going to help get you fixed up so that you can go back to work. You need to earn money for your family. So many, many years later, this doctor moved to America, and one day he received a letter from a man thanking him, saying, thank you, years and years ago, I was sick and you treated me, but you didn't make me pay. And I wanted to make you aware that I still remember that and I appreciate it. And do you know who that letter was from? That letter was from Pope Francis. Isn't that amazing that the Pope would take time out of his day to thank the doctor again, to find him and write him a letter? So I think it shows that every kindness that you show, it really can affect people. And you might not even know it. You may never hear from them again or see them again. But you have to remember that when you share kindness, it stays with people. So let's always try to do that. All right, boys and girls, have a great day.